So, good morning, everyone. So, welcome to our first Let's Review the Teacher Albert. So, for today, we will be focusing on the general education. So, I prepared here 10 general knowledge questions. So, for each question rather, you will only answer that within 15 seconds. And after that, we will reveal the correct answer. So, this review session will help you to become prepared, to become prepared for the upcoming life of the examination for teachers. So, without further ado, let's start our review session. So for question number one, it says here, which of the following is a renewable source of energy? Is it letter A, coal, B, natural gas, C, solar energy, or letter D, fuel? So your 15 seconds start now. So let's try to see the comment section. So some said that it is letter A, some says that it is letter C. So let's try to find out what is the correct answer in this question. So again, ang tinatanong natin dito is, which of the following is a renewable source of energy? So sa apat na ito, alin daw dito yung example na renewable source of energy? So una, tingnan natin si coal. Yung coal kasi is an example of a non-renewable source of energy. Kasi yung coal kasi, para mabuo siya, it takes millions of years just to be formed. And kapag ginagamit natin siya, it becomes depleted. So this is not the correct answer. So for letter B, natural gas, yung natural gas then is also an example of a non-renewable source of energy. Kasi yung natural gas, is a type of fossil fuel which cannot be replenished quickly. So kapag sinabi natin replenish, ito yung parang bumabalik agad or nare-reproduce agad, okay? So we have here letter C and letter D. So unahin mo natin sa letter D. So yung nuclear fuel is also not an example of a renewable source of energy. Kasi si nuclear fuel, is, yung sabi dito, yung non-renewable kasi yung uranium is a finite or a finite resource, okay? So that's why the correct answer for this first question is letter C, which is solar energy. Kasi yung solar energy is nanggaling sa light, na binibigay ng sun, in which ito yung continuously na-replenish, Okay? So let's proceed to question number 2. Which organ is primarily responsible for filtering blood in the human body? Is it letter A, liver, B, heart, C, kidney, or letter D, lung? So your 15 seconds start now. So let's check the comment section. So some says it is letter C and some says that it is letter. Okay, so most of the answers is letter C. So let's try to find out if that is, and it is letter C. So again, ang tinatanong natin dito, which organ is primarily responsible for filtering blood in the human body? So ano daw yung body organ natin sabi responsible sa pag-filter ng blood sa ating human body? So una, yung liver. So yung liver kasi, ang trabaho niya or responsibility niya is to detoxify chemicals pero hindi siya nag-filter ng blood to produce yung urine. So next is yung heart. So yung heart naman, ang trabaho niya is to pump blood throughout our body. So hindi din siya yung nag-filter ng blood. So we only have kidney and lungs. So dito, yung kidney kasi is, yun nga, ang trabaho niya is yung to filter the waste product na sa ating blood and i-maintain niya yung fluid balance. So that's why the letter C is the correct answer and yung letter D, which is lungs, is not the correct answer. Kasi si lungs naman, ang kanyang trabaho is magkaroon ng exchange gases, which is yung oxygen and yung carbon dioxide, so B is specific. So hindi niya trabaho yung mag-filter ng blood waste. Okay, next. So for the correct answer for question number 2 is kidney. So for question number 3, who wrote the novel Noli Me Tangere? Is it letter A, Andres Bonifacio, B, Apolinario Mabini, C, Juan Luna, or letter D, Jose Rizal? So your 15 seconds start now. Okay, so let's see if your answer is correct. So again, ang tinatanong dito, sino ba ang nagsulat ng nobelang Noli Me Tangere? So we have here A, yung si Andres Bonifacio. So si Andres Bonifacio kasi is a revolutionary leader, but he is not a novelist. So Andres Bonifacio here is not the correct answer. So next, Apolinario Mabini. Si Apolinario Mabini naman is known as the brain of the revolution or yung utak ng katipunan. So hindi din siya yung author ng novel na tinatanong natin. Next, if we have letter C, Juan Luna. So si Juan Luna naman is known as a painter, not a writer. So si Juan Luna is kilalang painter, which is yung kilalang painting sa kanya yung Espolarium, na makikita din natin sa National Museum of Fine Arts, kung kapunta na kayo doon. So that's why the correct answer for this question is letter C, Jose Rizal. Okay? Kasi si Jose Rizal, is a writer. So siya yung sumulat ng Noli Me Tangere na may English translation na Touch Me Not. no, na ang goal kung bakit nila isulat ang Noli Me Tangere is to expose the social injustices, no, during the Spanish colonization here in the Philippines. So next is question number 4. So for question number 4, what is the capital city of Australia? Is it letter A, Sydney, B, Melbourne, C, Canberra, or letter D, Perth? Okay, so your 15 seconds start now. Okay, so let's see the comment section here. So some say also dito nagkakaroon ng parang division ng sagot. So may nagsasabi ng C and may nagsasabi ng A. So let's try to find out what is the correct answer for this question. So again, tinatanong dito yung capital, what is the capital city of Australia? Again, capital city ng Australia. So una, let's try to distinguish itong Sydney. Sydney kasi is largest city no sa Australia, but this is not their capital. Okay? So, next, yung Melbourne, sa letter B, yung Melbourne naman is a major city in Australia, but this is also not the capital of Australia. So, we only have here Canberra and Perth. So, sa Perth muna tayo. So, yung Perth kasi is known as a western city, but not the capital. Okay, so, ito yung major western city siya, hindi siya capital city ng Australia. So, that's why, ang totoong capital city, no, and which is also the correct answer for this question is letter C, Canberra. So yung Canberra kasi, no, is a chosen capital, no, as a compromise between doon sa Sydney and Melbourne, which is also a city, no, in Australia. So next question for number 5 is that which of the following is an example of a chemical change? Is it letter A, melting ice, B, dissolving sugar and water, C, rusting of iron, or letter D, breaking glass? So your 15 seconds start now. So let's try to check the comment section. So some says it is letter C, and some are saying that it's letter B. So meron yung division dito. So let's try to answer what is the correct answer for this question. So again, we are asking for example, no, ng chemical change. So highlight natin, chemical change. So ibig sabihin, ang tinatanong dito, chemical change, hindi yung physical change, no, on the substance na tinatanong dito based on these 4 choices. So una, melting ice, so yung letter A. So yung melting ice kasi is nagkakaroon dito ng physical change kasi nagkakaroon lang ng changes when it comes on state, but tawag dito not composition. Kasi from being an ice, so since nag-melt na siya, nagiging water siya. Okay, so that is not the correct answer. Next, letter B, dissolving sugar and water. So dito naman is nagkakaroon lang ng physical change most of the time, no? Kapag hinahalo natin siya. Kasi yung sugar, pwede pa natin siyang i-recover. Especially kung gumagamit tayo na parang mga rock sugar something, yung mga malalaki yung tawag dito, yung parang butil. Okay, so letter B is not the correct answer. So we only have here C and letter D. So, unahin muna natin yung breaking glass. So, sa breaking of glass naman, no, dito is nagkakaroon lang din siya ng physical change, no? Especially yung pagbabago sa kanyang size and yung shape. Kasi paglabasag, so nagkakaroon ng fraction, no? Since ang glass is fragile, so that's why nagkakaroon lang ng physical change, but not the composition itself. So that's why the correct answer here is letter C, rusting of iron. So that's why sa rusting of iron kasi dito nangyayari yung new substance which is yung tinatawag nating iron oxide na siya yung nagko-cause no kung bakit ba nagkakaroon ng chemical reaction, especially no kapag halimbawa maulan, so dito nabubuhay yung tawag nating kalawang. Okay? And number 6, which of the following is known as the red planet? Is it letter A, Venus, B, Mars, C, Jupiter, or letter D, Saturn? So your 15 seconds start now. Okay, so I see already some comments here. Their answer is letter B, some said it's letter C. So nagkakaroon ng division din dito, no? Nahati yung sagot. So let's see if your answer is correct. So una, sa Venus, no? Unahin natin sa Venus. Yung Venus kasi is bright and then yellowish yung appearance niya, no? Sa sa telescope kapag nakikita natin siya or yung kanyang physical description. So, ang nangyayari to because ang planet na to is merong mga makakapal na ulap. So that's why Venus is not the correct answer. So proceed tayo sa letter D, Saturn. Yung Saturn naman, yung planet na ito is known for its rings. Ito yung merong ring sa kanyang paligid, no? Na ang color niya ay pale yellow color. So that's why hindi din ito yung hinahanap natin. Kasi we are asking for the planet na merong pinuktan na tawag na red planet. Okay, nalita ko na. Red planet. Okay? So next, sa letter C naman, yung Jupiter. Yung Jupiter naman ay tinatawag na gas giant planet dahil meron siyang bands ng white color, white, brown, and orange. So hindi siya not primarily red. So that's why yung Jupiter is also not the correct answer. So that's why for this question, the correct answer is letter B, yung Mars. So bakit kaya siya tinawag na red planet? Kasi yung Mars kasi is nagko-contain siya ng iron oxide or sa kilala natin siya bilang rock o yung kalawang. So yun yung reason bakit Yung planet na to, kapag nakikita natin sa telescope, is color red. Okay? So next, for question number 7 in mathematics, what is the value of pi approximately? Is it letter A, 2.14, B, 3.14, C, 4.14, or letter D, 5.14? Your 15 seconds start now. Okay, let's check the comment section. So most of them, most of your answers are letter D. So let's see if your answer is correct. So dito, tinatanong dito yung value nitong symbol na to, or tinatawag natin pi. Okay, yung letter A kasi is masyado siyang maliit, no, as the value for this. Yung letter D naman, yung 5.14 is too much large, no? Yung 14, medyo malaki pa. So that's why ang tamang value ng pi na ito is letter B, 3.14. So tama yung sagot, okay? Now, for question number 8, what do you call the process by which plants produce their own food is called what? Is it A, photosynthesis, B, respiration, C, transpiration, or letter D, digestion? So your 15 seconds start now. Okay, so I see some comments here already. So most of you answered letter A, photosynthesis. So let's see if your answer is correct. So mag-start tayo kay letter D, digestion muna, okay? Tinatanong lang kasi natin dito is yung process, no, na ginagawa ng plant kung saan nagpo-produce siya ng sarili niyang pagkain or own food. So, yung digestion kasi, ang process na to is pag-breakdown ng mga foods, especially na nangyayari sa tao and sa hayop. So, ito ay nangyayari dun sa digestive system natin. So, that's why this one is not the correct answer. So, letter C, yung transpiration naman, ito naman yung process na kung saan, ito yung pagkawala ng tubig, no, sa mga dahon, no, to be specific. So that's why hindi naman siya yung tawag dito, yung pinahanap natin na for food production. So that's why letter P is also not the correct answer. Next is yung B, yung respiration. So respiration kasi ito yung process kung saan nire-release yung energy from food. So pero dito yung food production din. So yung respiration din is nangyayari, no, sa at the respiratory. So for this one, the correct answer is letter A, photosynthesis. So if yung photosynthesis kasi, dito, yung process na to, yung plant ay nagpo-produce ng glucose na nagdagaling sa sunlight, sa water, and doon sa carbon dioxide. So that's why yung mga plants, they can create their own food. Okay, malapit na tayo. So for question number 9, who is known as the father of modern physics? Is it letter A, Albert Einstein, B, Isaac Newton, C, Galileo Galilei, or letter D, Niels Bohr? Okay, your 15 seconds start now. Okay, I see comments here. Medyo nagkakaroon ng hatian. So most of you said that letter B, and some of you are saying that it is letter A. So okay, let's see if your answer is correct. So una, let's start with letter B. Si Niels Bohr ay isa din siyang kilalang physicist, a physician, or a physicist rather. But si Niels Bohr kasi hindi niya title yung father of modern physics. So ang tinatanong kasi natin dito, who is known as the father of modern physics? So it's not Niels Bohr. So that's why Niels Bohr is not the correct answer. So next, Galileo Galilei. Si Galileo Galilei naman is known as the father of modern science. So si Galileo Galilei, modern science, not modern physics. Okay, so Galileo Galilei is also not the correct answer. So we only have here Albert Einstein and Isaac Newton. So sa letter B, Isaac Newton. Si Isaac Newton kasi is known as the father of classical physics. Okay, so hindi modern. So again, si Isaac Newton is known as the father of classical physics. So that's why ang tamang sagot natin dito ay letter A, si Albert Einstein. So si Albert Einstein kasi, no, is nakilala dahil sa kanyang theories of relativity na nag-revolutionize, no, into modern physics. Okay, so for our last question, which of the following best defines democracy? Is it letter A, ruled by a monarch, B, ruled by the wealthy, C, ruled by the people, or letter D, ruled by the military power? So your 15 seconds start now. So let's see. So I already see some comments here. So okay, most of you, no, said that it is letter C. So let's see if your answer is correct. So let's start muna, no, to guess, no, o isa-isahin natin kung ano dito yung tamang sagot. So ruled by a monarch, from the word itself, yung monarch, ito kasi is description ng monarchy. So it is not democracy. So letter A is not the correct answer. Sa letter B naman, ruled by the wealthy. So kung ito ay ruled by the wealthy people, so ito ay description ng plutocracy, not democracy. So we only have here letter C and B. So unahin muna natin si letter B. Okay? Ruled by the military power. So dito kasi yung ruled by the military power is the description of a military dictatorship. So that's why the correct answer here is letter C. Ruled by the people. Kasi yung dito sa democracy, no, sinasabi na yung citizens of a particular country, no, kapag siya ay democratic, is they have the power or they hold the power directly or through pwede din elected representative. So, yung people here ang may kapangyarihan. Okay? So, that's it. So, thank you so much for joining and for listening for our first video Let's Review session. So, I hope you learned a lot or you learned something in this video. So, thank you so much for watching. So, have a nice day.